What's up, Bueller Buys lifetime section? I just wanted to do a trade breakdown of a trade I took on SPY on November 23rd last week. I took 165% on this trade, and I just wanted to quickly share with you guys how I did that. So you can see I'm just going to start with the daily. I have three levels marked here, which was the previous day's close, um, the open of this candle as well as the high of this candle, which was from the current November high at the time. So without further ado, I'm just gonna jump down to the smaller time frame, which was the 1 minute time frame, is what I was trading on. You can see here's where the day opened up. Not much movement overnight. Uh, right off the bat, after open, we pushed up and over the previous day's close, as well as I believe 407 was the previous day. Okay, yeah, it's the previous day's high as well, which I just marked in gold because it was also the kind of the psychological 400 level. Just wanted to make sure that I didn't miss it. So yeah, right off the rip, we pushed up over those levels. Nice little retest here to move higher, and you can see we're making higher highs, higher lows. Bulls slowly moving us up to the higher 400 levels up until right about here is when I started looking for puts. So I'm not sure why this is marked. So right here you have this high volume shooting star type candle, which did push up and over that November high, but sellers quickly showed that they're awake and pushing it back down. And so this, I just want to kind of go over what I'm looking for in a reversal trade, because that's what this was. It was a reversal. So first thing I'm looking for is it is a lower low, right? You want to see a low broken as your initial signal, and then you want to see something like a 50% control point or 61.8% retest after that low's broken. So this kind of looked good for puts, but not really. We didn't have too much of a pullback, and also like we still have like not much volume on these candles. So I was still waiting here, and a good thing I did because price just kept kind of pushing up. So let's just kind of zoom forward. We had another one right here break. Remove that line and show. We had another low broken here, quickly rejected, buyers stepping back in and bringing it higher. So when you see, another thing is trading continuation. I didn't trade any continuation on this, but this is like a good opportunity to see for a pullback, to like get in longs, because I mean you can see here it happens several times. Like this low broke and then kind of pulled back up, and you had this hammer type candle holding above that low. That's a good entry for longs too, and you can take it to these highs, like snipe it up to this high or that high, or even take it to a new higher high. Like when you see these broken, that's good pullback opportunities as well. But anyways, let's keep moving on. You can see we're still below this previous November high. Bulls still trying to break through, but sellers keep showing up. Another one kind of trying to break through right there, getting brought back up, another higher high. And this is like when I was really getting ready, getting my puts loaded. I saw this high volume outside bar shooting star. Nothing yet, right? Because it's still a higher high. We want to see that low broken. So there's where we get it. Get high volume, breaking the low. That's a good opportunity right here. This is exactly what I look for, right? You get this low broken, price starts pulling back. I'm just gonna move the price label to the left so you can see better. Low broken, price pulling up. We can take a fib from this high down to this low, and you can see it's rejecting that 50% control point with an inside bar. It's one of my favorites right there, inside bar. So what you would do is wait for this candle to close, and then wait for, ideally you'd wait for price to start breaking through that low, or even back through this low, which is exactly what we got on that next candle. So that's a perfect opportunity or entry, in my opinion, for puts to be taking it back down to this low, or even better, breaking through that to these most recent lows down here, which is exactly what happened there. I didn't take this trade. I don't know, maybe I looked away from the screen or something. But yeah, I missed that one. So I did see this happening. Had my puts ready still. This was a nice pullback, so we're gonna keep going through, and you can kind of see where my trade is beginning here. Had this kind of base forming, looks like a bearish rectangle or whatever pattern you want to call it. And right here, it's testing that high again, where we kind of made this previous little high right around, what level is that? The high is 401.96. And then boom, next candle we see another outside bar, engulfing type candle, rising volume. It's like a double top kind of. So this high was 401.96, this high was 401.96. Perfect rejection of that level. And then that is where I entered 10 contracts of the 401 put right there. And then immediately we broke that low out of this base, rising volume. You definitely could and should probably take profits right here, because you can see, I mean, you had this nice little kind of base that built right here, and it was tested here. So that's a good initial take profit spot. I was aiming for this one. I think that's why I had it marked earlier. I had this level marked with the same kind of thinking, like looking at these wicks. This is where buyers bounced before, so high probability of seeing another buyer reaction there. And that is where I took my initial profits. I took most of my contracts there for 20%. And this is something that you'll hear Bueller preach all day long in the live streams, is take profits at your first target, guys. Like, if you have one contract or two contracts, just take them there. You don't need to be greedy. Just take that first snipe and just lock in your profits. And if you have runners, great, let them run. Move your stop loss up to break even or whatever, which is exactly what I did. This is exactly what I do with every single trade I take. Take most of my profits at that first target. So I took 7 out of 10 for 20%. Great gain. Price kept pushing down. You can see that's that level I had marked from the daily. The 401.15 was the open of that candle. I'm constantly checking these bigger time frames to see if I'm like missing anything. So that's probably when I had that marked. And price, more rising volume there. So you can look left some more, see what I am missing, why I took profits there. Okay, yeah, see there's this big like doji type candle, lots of volume inside this wick. Another wick there, lots of volume. So this is probably what I was looking at the time. This was about a week ago, so I can't remember exactly what I was thinking, but yep, so I took 2 more there. So that's 9 out of 10 contracts locked in profit, 2 more for 53%. I have 1 runner, and I'm just looking to extend that, or if I see any signs of reversal, same way I was looking here, if I see like higher lows forming or higher highs starting to form, I'm just going to get out and wait for a new setup. So let's see. Yep, we got a buyer reaction right there. Good thing I locked in some profits, right? So just still waiting, nothing yet. And I kind of want to go over why I like inside bars here, because this is just like the perfect example. So you have this big green candle form, right? The parent candle or mother bar, whatever you want to call it. And then you have an inside bar. So what an inside bar is price just came down here, and then you have price that come back up, and then the inside bar is just price doing this, just a whole lot of nothing, consolidating, a squeeze if you want to call it that. And then the next candle, this was just perfect. This is exactly what I wanted to see, was an outside bar forming immediately after. So basically what that's telling me is you had this consolidation, on this 1 minute candle. And then once that next candle opened, you had buyers trying to take it up over these highs, and then they got trapped and sellers slammed them down, right? So that's like just extra fuel for the fire. Even if it's just a tiny little wick, there's still buyers getting trapped there or sellers getting in on that new high. And that was just like a perfect sign for me that even though I had one left, I wanted to get in more. So right there, I bought 5 more contracts of a different strike. The 400 put is what I bought, because the 401 was basically like already in the money. I wanted to kind of try and squeeze some more gamma if it was going to push down. So I entered, and you can see it just started tanking right after. Seeing a candle like that, you just know that you're on the right side of the trade. There's no reason to if I had still been holding 10, I definitely would be locking in profits there. But seeing that right after my entry, I was like, okay, it's definitely going to be, I looked left, it's definitely going to be trying to test that previous day high, or at least the previous day close, which is exactly what I was looking for, or even better, the current day's open. So I was holding all 5, holding that one runner still, and you can see right there is where I locked in my profits. I took that runner at 165%, took 4 out of 5 of the 400 puts as soon as I saw price hitting. I didn't want to wait to see if it could go lower. I was just locking in right at that previous day close. No need to get any greedier than I was already being. And as you can see, immediately a buyer reaction off that level. So at this point, I'm down to just one contract again, just one 400 put, just to see maybe I can extend it a little more down to that open, like I said. And if not, I'm going to get out. So we had this push up, this buyer reaction, and as soon as I saw that, I was like, okay, this is good. Maybe it's going to go for another leg down, because you can see we take that high where it dropped down to this low. It's like a nice little shooting star right at that 50% again. Perfect, what you want to see. And then that was unfortunately not what you want to see. It's like starting to form that higher high, or that higher low like we talked about. So that immediately became my stop loss for my last contract, the high of this candle. Because if it breaks that, then that means not only do you have higher lows, you now have higher highs. And that is not when you want to be in puts. Even if it's just a flag or whatever you want to call it, you want to just be waiting for those types of setups to break again to get back in. So boom, I'm out. Broke that high, sold the last one for 23%. Yeah, if you have any questions, spam me, tag me, DM me, whatever. Thank you.